Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Check Me. So today we got a chest explosive workout today, where we're going to focus mainly on being explosive with our chest. One thing about chest is making sure that you're maintaining your mobility when you're doing this. So a lot of my work is going to be range of motion, explosiveness. I'll try to intertwine the two. The first workout, I modify my bench. You'll see what I do with my bench press. And everything's gonna be pretty much supersetted. At the end of this workout, we are gonna do some plyometrics. I wanna make sure I'm doing plyometrics every single day, or at least 4 to 5 times a week, or 3 to 5 times a week, depending on my schedule. But I wanna make sure I move, even on days where I'm not simply focused on legs. So though we hit a heavy explosive leg day yesterday, we're gonna move and segue into a chest day, and then we're gonna modify that. We're gonna add some mobility, some plyometrics to it to make sure we're continuing with the concept of moving. Where the day previously before was focused on 2 feet explosiveness, or bilateral explosiveness. We're gonna work on some change of direction today to give our legs a little bit of break and focus a lot more on agility, balance, and mobility. So let's get to it. So the first workout we're gonna start off with is a bench press. If I had heavier dumbbells, I do heavier dumbbells, but I do wanna focus on really being explosive with my chest work. I've already done a warm-up set. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take this pad here and put this on our chest. This is the way I do it because I don't have anybody holding this with me, but I like to take this pad here, put this pad on my chest, and as we talked about and mentioned before, the goal here is to move the weight fast. Move the weight fast. That's our main goal here. It's not just about moving the weight, it's about moving the weight fast. So our goal is to pump out our reps here by moving it fast. We're gonna try to hit 8 quick ones, focused on just speed and explosiveness for our bench press. So we're here and go. Oh, bad spot. I gotta move this up just a little bit so I'm on the spot. We'll start over again. Remember, moving it fast. So we go there. It's a little bit heavy for me, so I'm gonna have to lighten up. But after I do this, I'm gonna go immediately into a full extension push up. So here, 10 reps. And that's our first set, top set. Since I mentioned before, it's a little bit heavy for me. I'm going to lighten up. It's not just about getting the bar up for 8 reps. It's about getting the bar up fast. We want to move quicker. And moving quicker is going to allow us to focus on explosiveness, not just strength. So where strength is moving the weight, heavy weight, power and explosiveness is moving heavy weight fast. Using acceleration, velocity, inertia. These are the things that we want to incorporate when we focus on explosiveness and power. For our next set, we're going to lighten up, right? We want to stay humble in here as much as we can. But for our next set, we're going to stay at 135 here. Put the weight here. Remember, speed is important. Speed is important here. I like to just kind of think that's a little bit too far ahead. And we're gonna be right here. Speed is the main focus here. All right, let's get it. All right, we got reps in. Now we're gonna go straight into our push-ups. Woo. We're going here. Rest at the top. Come on. Come on. One more. And that's our set. The last set. We move on now to our next, which is going to be an incline. And we're going to move on next. So that's our set. We're going to move on next to our incline dumbbell bench press. Everything's a superset. We're going straight downhill in this workout. See, my daughter has joined me. Straight downhill in this workout. And we want to focus really on being explosive. So the next thing I got is an incline dumbbell press. My main thing here is focus on is reps. I want to do as fast as possible. You can see my kids are playing floor is lava, but we're going to work around them because this is their space too. All right, watch out, can you? Now, after this, I typically would do a shoulder raise, but we're going to do a leg elevated push-up for 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We really want to focus on exploding the chest as much as we can, but chest explosiveness. If you're going for a jam, if you're blocking someone, you want to be quick from here to here, or from here to here. So our focus is going to be everything. Punch, punch, being quick. All right, so you can try to move back a little bit. Kids are taking up the space a little bit, but I'll show you guys a little bit better what it looks like when I go from my incline to my feet elevated incline. So almost think of this like a incline when we go. You all right, Luke? Be careful. Y'all be careful. Be careful. So we're going from an incline essentially to a decline rep. Decline rep is going to help even out your chest. So doing feet elevated push-ups are going to help you so much when it comes to developing the chest out, but also, you know, whether you're pushing at different angles. So we're here. All right, we got our push-ups. Our incline. Now we go straight into our feet elevated push-ups here. So here, right, we're going down. So a decline. And that's, well, let me get down so you guys can see. And that's what we got for our next set. I'm doing 25 reps because the weight's light. I want to make sure I get work from it, but going as fast as I can. And we got 2 more sets. Once again, this combination, we're going to be doing, I space things out so you can see a better view. We're going to do a incline bench press, dumbbell bench press to a feet elevated push-up, so a decline push-up. What we're doing is we're focusing on the upper chest, exasperating the upper chest. So upper chest here, upper chest there. I'll rotate a elevated push-up when I do a different exercise like tricep or dips, because I really also want to focus on the lower part of the chest to help fully develop the chest. Remember, this is for aesthetics, but it also can help us when it comes to power, explosive power, develop the chest when it comes to performance, whatever sport that you play. So we're here. Luke, turn that sound down.
Luke is on the phone.
Luke, off the phone. Thank you, brother. Off the phone, Luke. All right, now we're going to our decline push-up, just 5 reps to work the upper chest a little bit more. We're here. Keep body straight. And we lock out. We lock out push-ups here. Some of y'all do push-ups, y'all don't even lock out. I go like this. But that's our, let's go back so you can see. That's our workout. We got 1 more set of this, and we're gonna move on to the next exercise, which is gonna be tricep focused, but also superset. All right, so next what I got is a tricep push down. As I mentioned before, I did the decline push-ups with my feet elevated to work upper part of my chest. Now I'm going to do a tricep push down with a incline push-up to work the lower part of my lower chest, simulating a decline bench press. So this is a vacation, I call it, with the tricep push downs, and then of course we got the elevated push-ups. I see so many people do these wrong. When we do a tricep push down, our main goal is to keep our shoulders, our elbows in, and go down here and go down. Right, our main focus is not to go like this. Right, we want to make sure the hinge point's at the elbow. We're working the tricep. Of course, if we had a rope, we can get a little bit more range of motion, which is ideal, but this is going to suffice for the day. So for my incline push-ups, I like to add a little resistance because sometimes it gets real easy. So I like to get this right here on the bar, keep my body linear. And that's it for my incline push-up. So supersetting this with the triceps allows me to get more chest work in between sets to really kind of exasperate my chest. All right, so we're gonna go into a dip now. And these dips are gonna be really mainly focused on getting full range of motion, coming up, exploding quick out of my dip position, and I'm gonna switch the grips up. So I like to do 6 sets. I like to do 2 sets widest grip, 2 sets middle grip, 2 sets closest grip, working from the chest, the wider chest, to mainly focus on the triceps. Now, understand, if you want to get those striations in the chest, this is, the wider grip will help out. I do it because I want to scale out depending on if you're playing football or playing basketball, playing hockey, whatever sport, that you focus on gaining that range of motion, and your shoulder blades and your arms and your shoulders being in a different position and be able to be mobile from there. So the dips are going to help out so much with mobility, your joints, and just being flexible as you try to push and or be more explosive in whatever workout or performance sport you do. Here, start with the widest grip first. And that's the widest grip first. Dips with the widest grip. So I like to keep it real with you guys. I got to end my workout early. My kids, it's time to put them to bed. They're getting way too squirrely. Where I left off was finishing my dips and then doing flat bench. Tomorrow, I'm going to come in and make that up, even though tomorrow I'll focus mainly on back, being explosive with my back. But this is the realistic, keep it real. I don't have time to finish my workout, so I got to finish my workout tomorrow, either on the front end before I even work out my back, or on the back end. But that's pretty much what I have for the workout. I guess I got most of the chunk stuff in that, most of the chunk stuff in. But I think it's a win today. We got in the gym, and we're putting the kids down, so that's a win.